Blog Talk Radio.
They call me Uncle Dash. Double O. She's easy. Worldwide. Yeah, I can't come and keep my. You better take it easy. And nothing good comes so easy. You better take it easy. And nothing good comes so easy. I'm grinding every day just to make sure say everything is alright. Alright, alright. I hustle every day just to make sure say family is alright. I'm grinding every day just to make sure say everything is alright. Alright, alright. I hustle every day just to make sure say family is alright. I can't keep my.
Me, I need to grind for the money, oh. I don't get time to tell you story, oh. Me, I need to feed my family. I don't get time to tell you super story. We all need to lay our bed, though. Because I should lay not so you go like, oh. We all need to leave as family. I can't kill myself, oh. See, I hustle for my life, oh. And now they pray make my brother survive, oh. Mama prayer keep me going, oh. And now they hustle just to see my mama smiling, no, oh. Mama just go come with that space, check you know what busy and go there. My prayer just they carry me, go. Yeah, yeah, my show
better take it easy. And nothing good comes so easy. You better take it easy. And nothing good comes so easy. I'm grinding every day just to make sure say everything is alright. Alright, alright. I hustle every day just to make sure say family is alright. Alright, alright. I'm grinding every day just to make sure say everything is alright. Alright, alright. I hustle every day just to make sure say family is alright. Double O. Can't keep myself.
Whoa, whoa. I got people that's depending on me. Gotta provide for my family. You don't work, you don't eat. When you grind, you don't sleep. That's the rules of the street. I've been trained to compete. My daddy told me there ain't nothing coming easy. So I get up and get it cause I'm grinding for a reason. I don't know how to stop. Nope. And when I reach the top, I'ma send a postcard to my whole block. You can do the same thing too with your hustle. You was just strong as muscle. The people that love you need more from you. If you the one that they come run to. I decided long ago I wouldn't be broke. Can't leave this world the way I came in. No. Peace and blessings across the globe. The grind calling, I got to go.
You better take it easy. And nothing good comes so easy. You better take it easy. And nothing good comes so easy. I'm grinding every day just to make sure say everything is alright. Alright, alright. I hustle every day just to make sure say family is alright. Alright, alright. I'm grinding every day just to make sure say everything is alright. Alright, alright. I hustle every day just to make sure say family is alright. I can't keep myself.
Just tuning in, you alive right here on Endie Fiya with your girl Nakia. And guys, guess what? We're closing out the month of January. Can you believe it? Can you see how like I'm all tongue tied because I can't believe it. Like January's gone. Like tomorrow, that's it. January's gone. Sure. All right. So 2020 ain't slowing down for me. I need to catch up, in other words, right? All right. So rolling into February, we begin our third night, February 1st, right? Which is ironic because we actually have a show on Saturday, February 1st. That isn't our third night. Our third night will be Mondays, all right? So beginning Monday, February 3rd, you'll get to hear me grace the airwaves 3 nights again, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all right? But on this Saturday, February 1st, we're going to have hip-hop artist, comedian, and actor Nine here. He's calling in from Korea, all right? He is also a soldier, yes, in the Army. I'm so excited to have him here calling in from Korea to not only share his music, but to share his passion and to share his love for his city. You know, all of us rep someplace, right? But he goes hard for New Brunswick, New Jersey. All right, so I'm excited to have him here on Saturday, February 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then right back here on Monday, beginning our third night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New Orleans, Louisiana hip-hop artist T. Lee will be here with us. I haven't talked to him in probably 6 years. So I know this show is going to be crazy because he's off the chain. You hear me? And then on Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to mellow it down just a little bit. We're going to talk about a little skincare, a little bit of makeup. We'll have T. McDonald here with us, entrepreneur, makeup artist extraordinaire. Yes, excited to get some tips, give some tips, show a lot of love out to her. No show next Thursday the 6th. My baby girl's turning 19, headed to her college to celebrate with her. All right? So those are your dates. If you cannot make them all, please, please, please do not miss them all. Very quickly, we want to give our congratulations out to Sierra and Russell Wilson. They announced today the birth of the birth. Woohoo, not the birth. No. They announced that they are expecting their third child. If you go back and look at some of her social media recently, I love celebrities. All right, because if you go back to January 1st, Chick Summer was flat. Like paper flat. She had abs. All right, 6-pack and all on January 1st. And today, she looks like, she's probably 4, 5, 6 months pregnant. Love it. Gotta love it. But around the 12th of January, she had a jersey on. Russell's number is 3, right? So she had a jersey on, and it said 3, and hashtag was just said, number 3, as well as today's hashtag was also number 3. And in that shot, it was a lot more, fuller. Her belly was a lot more fuller in that shot, even though she had on a jersey and, a coat to camouflage her whole body. But you could tell it was a lot more fuller because y'all know me. I stalk people's pages, right? So, yes, congratulations to Sierra and Russell Wilson on the announcement of their third child on the way, all right? I did have some other news for you. I lost it. Hold on. I'm going to get it. How many of you watch Drag Race with RuPaul? Any of you watch that? No? Okay. Well, I don't really watch it. Like, I watch it occasionally. I did have the opportunity to watch. He has a show on Netflix called AJ and the Queen, and it's one of those shows where I sat and watched it like in 2 nights. I was done with all the episodes because it's that, it pulled me in. So if you get a chance, you want to watch something hilarious with RuPaul, it's very funny. But I don't know where my notation went, but he will have a guest judge this season. Season begins on, I'm going off of memory now. Season begins on February the 28th, Friday, and the guest judge for this season will be Nicki Minaj. Yeah. So that should be interesting. I might have to tune in this season and see what she's bringing to the table. She was voted 2019's most something. I don't remember what it was, but whatever that award was, it kind of led to her being selected to be the guest judge. Like the most not outstanding, trend-setting, no, not trend-setting, most, what, I'm going to find it, and I'm going to get back with you, and I'm going to tell you what that is, all right? Jill? Good enough. Before I came on, we heard Easy, and that was 00 Double O, featuring Akadaz and Chip, you're gonna kill me. I'm just gonna call you Chip for now. All right. Two producers out of Nigeria that worked on Double O's latest project that just dropped January 1st. Double O is our 2019 Best Collaboration winner, and congratulations to him as well as all of the winners and nominees for 2019 Indie Fiya Radio Awards show. So that was Easy that you heard prior to me coming on. I'm excited to have my guest here this evening. You may recognize the name. You may have recognized, maybe even the cover of the book, right? Because we had her on earlier last year, maybe June, July, August, September, one of those months. She was on last year when she dropped book one, all right? It was right after she dropped her very first book, and she talked about, beginning to write book two. Well, I want to be specific. I want to say that was September because now she's back and book two was completed. Like it just dropped like 5-6 days ago, all right? So we thought it was important for her, to come back, talk about, how book one did, how she expects book two to do, and what's going to happen, from here, right? I'm talking about DreamWakeWork published author T.Bedford. She was born and raised in the Bronx and is the youngest of 5 siblings. At the age of 14, she began to write to help her subdue all the anger she was holding in. She started off with poems that she used to only read to her mother. Then later on, she turned to writing stories. T.Bedford found a passion for writing, and it made her feel good. She decided that she would love for the world to witness her talent, but it took her some time. As she got older, she began to take writing more seriously, and she was able to now balance her family as well as her writing. In August 2019, she released her first book entitled A Siblings Betrayal, published by DreamWakeWork Publishing. With great determination and perseverance, she released a follow-up, A Siblings Betrayal 2, January 2020. She is very proud of herself, and as she continues to grow as an author, she looks forward to reaching more readers to share her works with. Indie Fiya listening audience, I present to you this evening, it's the remix show, right? When they come back again, it's the remix show, all right? DreamWakeWork published author T.Bedford.
Hello. Thank you for having me again.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am good. Look, I'm all mellowed out. I'm chill with no wine, so I'm really good. Like,
you don't need our wine.
You follow me. Yeah, you follow me on social media, so you know how I am about my wine. And so now that I'm able to get back on it again, like I feel like I really need it, but I'm mellowed out today. Like I'm good. I don't need it. I'm good. It's a conversation piece. It really is. Like I sit around with it, my glass in my hand, and I feel like I'm really important because I'm on the radio with the wine glass, and but I'm good. I'm good tonight. I'm good. So how has everything been since you were here? I want to say it was in September because if the book dropped in August, then I believe you were here in September. So how has everything been since September?
I would say everything's been looking up for me. I actually, as you stated, I did just release my part 2, which I'm very excited about. We've been doing great things at DreamWakeWork. We just been, keeping our heads, leveled up, and we just been doing our job as becoming better authors.
It's crazy because I follow, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 of the DreamWakeWork authors, and from having them on the show when they first dropped their first book to watching them, I got to get my word count up. Today my word count limit is this, or, I'm working on getting this many chapters done, or, you know what I'm saying, I got to get started on the second book, or, you know what I'm saying. It's just phenomenal to just watch the growth process in every one of you. It's been amazing. But to have you on the show in September, and then you say then, I just dropped this book. and now I'm working on part 2. And here it is,
Yes.
January, and it's already out. Like, when you finished it, how did that make you feel?
Oh my God, I was happy it was over. I'm like, yes, I'm finally done. I'm finally done. It seemed like it took forever, but I was more excited of, I actually took my time with this one, and, I made it work, and it was dropped. So I'm very excited about it.
So I want to back up to the very beginning. For those who may not have listened to, your initial show, and they really don't know, other than reading your bio, they may not know a lot about you, who you are. When did your passion, and I know your bio states that you began writing to subdue anger. And I know for me, when I started writing, I have migraines really bad. And my therapist, neurologist always told me, you hold too much stuff in, for one. You need to let that stuff out. And it doesn't always have to be verbally, because, I'm a very oral. Okay, that sounded bad. I like to communicate. I like to communicate orally, all right, as well as, written. But I would always lash out at people. That's how I would just get everything out, and which still wasn't good, for my head. So they recommended me writing, and I have journals and journals and journals, just writing, my feelings, getting everything out. And I understand that's how you wanted to subdue all of your anger. But at what point did you realize that, all right, so I'm compressing all of my anger, but in this, there's something within what I'm saying. Like, when did you realize that my words are actually, they have meaning? You know what I mean? Like, what I'm writing down could actually, this could turn into a book, or these words can turn into, like poetry, or, when did you realize that my words have power and I can do something with these words?
I realized my words actually had power when I was about probably 17, 18. I started out writing poetry, and I used to read them to my mom all the time, and she would like to take certain ones, to her church and read them, or she would want me to read them, which I never did because I was too nervous. But as I started getting better at my craft, I started turning my anger more towards paper, because I was a fighter. I'm not gonna lie, I was a firecracker. I was ready to pop off at anybody. But as you get older, you become wiser, so they say. But that don't go for everybody. But I know for me, I know for me that it got better with time. So as I began to write, I started turning everything into stories. And I'm like, well, I let certain people in my family will read it and be like, oh, this is really good. So that actually gave me a boost of confidence, like, hey, I can really do this. So instead of me, giving up because of frustration, I just, kept my foot on the accelerator and kept pushing forward. I mean, that's the only thing you can do, because if you quit, then you ain't never going to make it.
That's right. So when you were writing back then, and even as you continue to, progress as a writer, did you always write because you were, suppressing the anger or whatever, did you write from an original place to be able to deliver to your readers, or, did you make up stories? What did you write about initially?
Well, starting off in poetry, I would write about, surroundings, or I could make up a scenario. It could be, just imagination, or it could be from life experience. It just depends on how I feel that day, or what I'm around, what my mood is. It just depends on that.
And so how has publishing your first book changed your writing process?
Oh, my God. It changed. It definitely changed. I mean, my first book, I feel like for myself as an author, as far as being a first-time, published author, I made some mistakes here and there. My publisher kept telling me, hey, you got this. It'd be times where I get frustrated, and I'd be like, look, I don't want to do this no more. But she always was there to, give me that helping hand. Like if I needed, help with certain things, she was right there. So I give that to Ty. For real, because it'd be times where I'm like, man, I don't want to do this no more. But, you live and you learn. You got to keep moving forward.
How long did it take you to write the first book before you had it published? Versus, we already know from when did you? Okay, so how long did it take you to write the first book and then have it published, and then the second part 2? How long did it take to write that and have it published?
Okay, so my first book I took, I'm gonna say about 3 to 4 months. I remember when I first signed on with DreamWakeWork, I was probably just a chapter or 2 in. That was all. So I'm gonna say about 3 to 4 months for my first book, and then I think around the same time with my second book, I think it was about the same amount, because I actually took my time with my second book. I had to do, I had to go back and edit some stuff. I had to make sure it was what I wanted to put out to the readers. The editor had to make sure, things was right. But, with this book, I actually took my time writing it. I wanted my story to flow right. I wanted, certain characters to be placed in certain areas of the book, so I could catch keep my readers' attention. So I just continued to, take my time with it. There was times where I would send it in thinking that I'm done, but they would have to, send it back and be like, hey, Tiff, you got to fix this. So it was hard. It was difficult at first, but I got it done.
With the publication of the first book, did your confidence level, did it build when it came time to release book number 2? Like, did you feel like I know that you felt accomplished when you completed book 1, but by the time you got to book 2, now what was your feeling? I mean, what did you feel as an author?
I was more excited about part 2 than I was part 1. Like, part 1 is still my baby. Yeah, because part 1 is still my baby. Like, when I first came out with my first book, I'm like, oh, my God, I did it, da, da, da. But now when you got fans, more people is growing into looking into new authors. They not just set in, the authors that's already out. They trying new people. So, that is building fan base. So I was extremely excited about this one. Like, oh, yes, here we go, another round. But this one is like, oh, yeah, this is where it's about to be at. Like, it's going to be more suspense and more drama, murder and so forth. And this one right here, to where, some people might be like, dang, that's dope. Not everybody going to like your criteria, but, hey, you got those who do. So those who do actually count.
So we got a caller on the line. I want to see if they, sometimes we get the callers and they don't want to say nothing. Our last show, we had several callers like that. We're like, hello, and they was like, literally, they was like, So let's see, caller, area code 314. You're live on Endie Fiya with Nakia and author T.Bedford. Who's on the line? Hello. All right, they're going to sit and listen. It's all good. I see you in queue. It's all good. Just sit back and listen. So, all right, you talked about, the readers and wanting to see, how they were receptive of the new book. What happens when you get a negative review? I know everybody loves reviews. I know reviews. I learned something. I don't remember. I know it was Ty. I don't remember which author was on the show, but how you make, the different top lists on Amazon, and reviews have a lot to do with it. All right. So what happens when you get a negative review?
Okay, so with my second part, my part 2 of A Siblings Betrayal, I actually had my first. I'm not going to say it was so negative. She rated my book a 3 instead of a 5-star, which, everybody's opinion is their opinion. I guess it was just, I don't feel like she actually read the first part. Part
I was
one.
about to say read part 1. Right.
Exactly. So my thing was, you put in a review on part 2, but you haven't read part 1. So that's why you feel like the characters are scattered. It's a whole lot of deceiving, and she just didn't. I'm not gonna say she didn't like it, but she didn't give it, a 5-star because she didn't read part 1. So of course you're not gonna know what's going on because you didn't read, the first part. So I just took it as is, like, okay, well, thank you for my 3 stars that I did get. It still counts.
Thank you. Right.
I wasn't mad about it.
Right. All right. So for those who may not have had the opportunity to read book 1 or book 2, I want you to take them back to the very beginning. Let's talk about A Siblings Betrayal. And let my listening audience know exactly what's going on in book 1.
Okay. Book 1, the first part starts off with Misha and Jason. They are siblings. Misha is more of the controlling type, and she is older. Jason is the younger brother. Misha was always that motherly figure for Jason. So she was very overprotective of, who he's around, who he's with, and so forth. But for her, she had her life of, being with who she wanted to be with, but nobody, had no say-so over what she did. Come to find out, Misha held a big secret from her brother, and he doesn't know anything about it. So when everything catches up with her, things might not be looking too good for her.
And then in part 2?
Okay, now part 2 is where everything gets juiced up a little bit.
Yeah.
So the secret was revealed to Jason, and Jason has a daughter. We all know in part 1 that Jason's baby mother was killed, and things spiral out of control after Beatrice's death. That's Jason's baby mother's name, Beatrice. So everything started hitting the fan in part 2. So you got to figure out who's gonna die, who's gonna live, who's gonna make it out safe, who's gonna be able to get away with what they did or not. Just got to read this, to see what's going on. I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, it's juicy.
See, that's my problem right there. Like I read I always, for my authors, I always try to read, like a quick excerpt from the book so I know I'm up to speed, I know what's going on. And I neglected to do that with part 1 of your book. So when you came on the show the first time, I was clueless. I didn't know what was going on. So after the show, I was like, yeah, let me go ahead, let me get this, let me read this. So it was like 2 days, I read it. I was good. I was up to speed. I was ready for part 2. All right, so now that part 2 is out, yeah, I got like 4, 5, 6 books in queue to read. No thanks to Ty. Every time I turn around, hit this free, go read this.
Yes.
Yes. You know what? I can't.
Everybody likes freedom.
Everybody. You know what I'm saying? I want to support everybody, but damn, come on.
Hey, Howard, have you written a whole bookshelf?
You gotta slow down because I'm trying to look. This is me. I'm at the stoplight reading books at the stoplight. You know what I'm saying? Every opportunity that I get, I'm trying to read books so that I can get caught up. You know what I'm saying? So I can be abreast of all the authors, what they put out. When I do have them on the show, that I can talk about the book instead of okay. Now I read the reviews for part 2. Of course, I read the excerpt. So I kind of got a gist of what's going on, but and I don't want to start reading. Like right now, I'm reading 3 books at one time.
Oh my God, how can you do that? I cannot.
My mind. Now, don't ask me what's happening in none of them. Now, I can pick right back up, and start reading and be good with that. But if you ask me, like, what's going on in, what's the cowboy book? See what I'm saying? Or, like, what's going on at Queen right now? I couldn't tell you.
Right.
I pick right back up and start reading. Know what exactly is going on. So, yeah, but I have my head messed all up trying to stay abreast of what's going on. Abreast must be the word for the day, abreast, because I've said that a lot of times. Or, me, I'm just, with abreast. All right, so how is it? All right, so when you sit down to write a story, and you said, like, it took you 3 to 4 months maybe to write the first book, maybe about the same amount of time to write the second book. When you sit down to write a story, and going from book 1 to book 2, I'm assuming you kind of knew how book 2 was going to end.
No, I actually didn't know how it was going to end. I had more than one ending to my book. I definitely did. Yes. But I had to go with one that I felt like will be like, give that reader like that. The reader's like, oh snap, like just one of those. But I know in part 2, you definitely gonna get that at the end.
So, what's your because you said that, what's your writing process like? Do you have an outline that you use? Do you write off the dome? How do you write?
I just free flow. Like, I just let it flow. I don't think about it. I just write it.
I don't think I could do that. I don't. That's probably why I have, like, 10, 12 different books with, like, a chapter here and 2 chapters there and a chapter and a half here and, a paragraph over here and I need some structure, and I know the first author, maybe he was the second author I had on the show, but he was the first to say that he actually used an outline, and he had to stay, he had to use that outline. Like, he couldn't stray away from the outline, because if he did, all hell would break loose.
Yeah, see, now with my third book that I'm writing, I do have a new project coming up, but with the third book, I did somewhat of an outline, but it's not like it's going to be free flow, some outline, and then free flow, like back and forth. I just wanted to try something new to see if it will actually work for me.
So have you started on the third project?
Yes, I have.
So it's a I'm assuming it will be a continuous process.
That's Siblings Betrayal?
You don't, not really, wait a minute. Is there a part 3?
No. Maybe not.
Okay. All right. So I was going to say, like some people, like with music artists, they'll put a song out and then you may not hear another single for like 6 months, and people think maybe they're just, well, what are they doing in the meantime? They're still making music, you know what I'm saying? They may have made a whole album, but they're only going to release, certain
ones,
singles, you know what I'm saying, at certain times. So, and then bam, at the end of the year, there's that album, but in the meantime, they've been releasing singles the whole time. And so with an author, is it kind of the same process? Like, even though you just released book 2, that writing process still continues. Like, it doesn't stop. Like, you mentioned project 3 that you're working on. So how do you stay disciplined so that, you're not getting distracted and you're not, doing other things, but you're still staying committed to, your craft and the writing process? How do you stay disciplined?
Well, I have my writing app on my phone. Then I have my writing app on my laptop. And then while I'm at work, if I do have some free time, I just log in to my writing app and I write anywhere, wherever I'm at. It just depends. If the characters start talking, then I'm writing anywhere. I can write from my phone, my laptop. Electronics is dope.
With electronics, that you think, I had to think on that because electronics are also distracting, though.
Yeah, but like my app, like I just have to hit the app and then my book will pop directly up and it comes up where I left off at. So it's not like I'll be lost when I, log back in or anything. It picks up where I left off.
Got you. You're just tuning in. You are live right here on Endie Fiya with your girl Nakia and DreamWakeWork published author T.Bedford, and we're talking about the release of her second book, A Siblings Betrayal 2, that just dropped last week, right? Last week.
Yes.
Last week. So now, where is the book available at right now?
It's available now on Amazon and Kindle Unlimited.
And is I thought I saw it someplace else.
I think Goodreads. I think it's on Goodreads.
Yes.
I think it's on Goodreads.
I think, yeah. I was trying to get a good picture for promo, but I think I finally got it off Amazon. But yeah, I think I saw it on Goodreads also. Yeah. And then part 1 is available. The same location?
Oh. Yeah.
So moving forward, what can we expect from author T.Bedford?
You could definitely expect more books coming. My craft is getting better. Like I said, nobody's perfect, but it's getting better with time. So with that being said, you will be seeing more books from me as I'm perfecting my craft. And, I hope you guys love my work. I love it. So I hope others love it. I'm not going to say everybody's going to, but I hope a few do. As long as I got that few, I think I'm okay with that.
I think
yes.
I think as you continue to write, and the reviews continue to come in, the more people see, the backing that you have, the individuals that support you now, not only your family, but your friends and your pen sisters and brothers, because that click right there is amazing. But I think, once people just get on board, your name gets out there. You know what I'm saying? Your social media presence is becomes more. You build that up. You build your following up. I think the sky is. I don't like to say that the sky is the limit no more, because people they shoot past all of that now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's unlimited now. Sky is unlimited.
Yeah, it is. So I think, and I know that your family, because you talked about this before, your family supports you. You have a strong support system. So I feel like, as long as all of that remains the same, again, it's unlimited for you. Right now, does your brand, the T.Bedford brand, do anything in the community?
Actually, I just got some, like the spandex pants. I just got me a bulk of those. I wear my logo on my shirts. I wear them on my workout clothes. I just have a tendency of getting myself out there by wearing my logo on my clothing. Right now I got a jacket that's being made with my logo up there.
Now, you mentioned workout. I be seeing your pictures post up in the gym.
Yes.
So, is this a New Year's resolution, or is this something that T.Bedford is doing for T.Bedford?
It's something that T.Bedford is doing for T.Bedford. I was in the gym quite often before, but my Apple Watch broke. And I had my logo on my Apple Watch, and I had my wristband to match my logo that was on my Apple Watch, like purplish, and it broke. Mm-hmm. So I was very distraught about that. So I just went and bought me another one tonight. And it helped me with losing weight, and also putting myself out there, because I'm on my clothing. Like, people will come up and ask me like, hey, is this you? And I'm like, yes. I'm in the process of getting some cards made. I had some, but I passed them on out already. So I'm in the process of getting some more cards made. I'm just trying to put myself out there more as an author, just to help better myself and have people to, join me in my journey of becoming the best that I can be.
Yes, you know what? You just gave me an awesome idea. And this is something that, if anybody's listening, if you run across people on social media and they may just be starting, like a startup business, or they're trying to build their portfolio, and they just need people to volunteer for them. Like, I had a young lady who she's starting a new business, and she does multiple things within her business, but she just needed like 10 volunteers, and she just wanted to create something using your logo. And you could pick whatever item you wanted, like if you wanted her to do like a T-shirt or a mug, or, some like woodwork for you or whatever, but she would put your logo on whatever you wanted. And so I told her it really didn't matter. I wasn't choosy. I just wanted to, it's a sister. I wanted to be able to help her, to build her brand. All right. So I sent her the logo, and she was like, all right, cool. Nobody picked a T-shirt, so I'm going to do a T-shirt for you. I was like, all right, bet. So she was like, what color shirts you want? So when I sent her the logo, she was like, oh, you probably want white or black. And I was like, well, I don't do white nothing, so let's do with the black, right? So she sent me the T-shirt or the picture of it, and I was like, she was like, all right, so give me your, I need your feedback. And I was like, look, honey, that's all I do. I critique music all day, so my my criticism is going to be, I'm going to give you both, positive and negative. Honey, boy, when I saw that, I was like, look, sis. All right, so first of all, I'm going to give you, this would look very good on patches or on a pocket, you know what I'm saying? Because she was like, I use like a new technique. So I've never used this technique before. All right, so you need to stick with whatever you was using prior to, all right? Don't stick with what if you're trying to build your portfolio, don't jump out here using some new shit, because this right here, so what we're going to do is, my daughter is, a fashion merchandising student. I'm going to let her decorate the borders. I'm going to show you the shirt after the show. I'm going to let my daughter decorate the borders. We're going to make this happen, because you know what I'm saying? I don't even want you to put this picture in, your binder, your catalog. I don't want you to don't show nobody this right here. Don't show nobody this, all right? But
don't show nobody
she knows I'm talking about it. She knows I'm talking about it. I said I'm gonna let my daughter decorate the borders of it, because that's what's wrong with it. But decorate the borders, and then I'm gonna send a picture of the shirt back to you, and you put it in your catalog. So and I wasn't going to do anything with the shirt, you know what I'm saying? Just let her, I wasn't going to wear the shirt or nothing. But that's a perfect idea, because I renew my gym membership again for like the third time. Like, these people suck money out of me year after year, and I never set foot in the gym. They just take my money. And so back when my daughter was home in December, I was like, hey, you home for a month? We in the gym 5 nights a week. And she was like, hey, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? Because they got some saying, they say in college, they like skinny thick. They skinny thick. And I was like, whatever the hell that means. But all right, fine. We're going to be skinny thick. We went to the gym one night, all right, the first night. And the girl was like, yeah, we here to motivate you. Yeah, we here Because, all right, cool, yeah. My motivation died down after that. Like, my daughter went, but I was like, I'm good. And I see you, and I was like, yeah, she motivates me to click like on this picture. Yeah, but that's
just come
idea.
on in.
So
Get
again, again, guys, if you see anybody that's doing that, they need volunteers that want to promote your brand, you know what I'm saying? And they need something like, just your logo, or you provide a T-shirt or whatever, and they put it on there, then do that. And so when you're out and about, not only are you could say, like, yeah, this is my logo, but then blah, blah, blah made this, so you're promoting not only, your brand, but you're promoting for that other individual as well, cross-promoting, you know what I'm saying? So, yes, but that's a great idea. I might hit the gym up tomorrow, with that shirt. Not tonight.
Yeah, with that shirt, yeah.
Yeah, with that shirt. So what's your what do you hope? And I know everybody has different reasons for wanting to lose weight. What's your reason?
Well, my reason, I'm a diabetic.
Okay.
And I just want to lose weight I don't have to lose so much weight, but for me, my birthday is coming up in March, so I want to be fine. And I want to be able to wear a dress. Now, everybody who knows me personally knows that T.Bedford do not wear dresses. However,
really?
Yes. But however, this year for my birthday, I want to surprise everybody and put on a nice dress with some stilettos. And
When's
I
your
can't
birthday?
do
March
that with
what?
this pudge. The 28th.
March 28th. Let me see. Where am I going to be at March 28th? I don't know. I'm trying to be turning up with so many people this year. I'm trying to just pop up on location and do things with people. And actually, March, this is a perfect segue for me to go into March. If you're listening and you happen to be a female in the music and entertainment industry, March is it is Women's Appreciation Month. And March the 8th is International Women's Day. And so we're going to be live at the Stratosphere in Brooklyn, New York, on Utica Ave on March the 8th, just celebrating women. But for the month of March, we're actually interviewing all women in the music and entertainment industries. And so we're going to have to see what we're doing around the 28th so that we can – girl, that's a Saturday. We're not doing nothing. We're not doing anything because we don't have shows on Saturdays. Right. So, yes, we hop up on T.Bedford, yes, on March the 28th, most definitely. Okay, see, now I know I got to get back in the gym. She talking about she's trying to get rid of her stomach. Ah, man. Yes. Yeah, I got to be fitted, too.
And I'm so close.
And I feel you. I feel you on that right there. For health reasons, most definitely. And that's some things that we want to talk about, too, as women. We may bring you back in for March, but, as women, we want to make sure, first of all, that when we're out losing this weight, that we're doing it for ourselves, all right?
And not for nobody else. That's right.
And not for anybody else. All right, well, now, when I say anybody else, a lot of people say, I want to be healthy for my kids. I want to be around, for my kids. And I understand. I get that. I understand that part. But I'm saying I don't want to stand in the mirror and go, I can't take my clothes off because I'm scared of how this man might, receive me. No, if I'm going to be losing weight, I'm going to be doing it for myself. That's the mentality that women need to have, first and foremost,
yes.
Right? And then, if you need to be losing the weight for medical reasons, you know what I'm saying? I feel like women just need to be so much more supportive of women when they go to the gym and just, it shouldn't be about competition. Like, there's so much that we are going to be doing in the month of March just to raise more awareness about being able to empower and inspire and motivate one another, because that is something that is lacking nowadays. And it seems like people are so I don't know, they're in the habit of, everything has to be about a competition. Who's going to do it better? Who's going to make it look better?
Right.
Who's going to make it sound better? You know what I'm saying? And that is very sad. You know, we all talk about wanting to elevate our queens or whatever. You know, it looks good for social media, but in actuality, nobody's living that life. You know what I'm saying? And so I just feel like we just need a lot more people to get on board with that mentality. You know what I'm saying? You never know. This is something that people say after the fact. Like, I never knew she was going through this, or I never knew he was going through that, because you haven't taken the time to actually talk to that person, get to know that individual, and you know. And so I feel like now it is time. You talk about 2020 vision. I mean, wipe your blinders off and see that there's a need for so much more. You know, I had Cheryl Long. She's a 2019 Best Female Author. She and I want to say, because I got T.Bedford was in that category as Best Female Author as well. The criteria was a little different in that category. A lot of our Best Author nominees were brand new to the category. She is a lot more seasoned. She's put out a lot more books. And so that is the only thing that I think, I didn't judge, but I think is why, you know, she actually won. But she has a lot of organizations that she works with in Philly, and they're all about empowering and motivating and inspiring women. And I want to pull her in. I don't know. I think I want to pull a lot of our past female guests in the show, from the show, back on the show in March, and just, you know, have like a round table discussion on a lot of these issues that are affecting, you know, our women. Because it needs to be talked about.
Like the red table talk.
We need it needs to be talked about, and then we need to come up with, or we need to not come up with, because the solutions are out there. You know what I'm saying? And there's people who know about the solutions. And the opportunities, and the advantages of using this, that, or the other. But it's for each one of us to be able to connect the dots, or connect this person to this resource or that resource. That's the problem. Everybody knows somebody who knows something else. But don't nobody want to come up with the information. That's what I've been finding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know this. Like, I saw Ty, and I know I'm all off the topic of you, but Ty posted something yesterday about her son. Her son being tapped. Was it her son that got tapped by the student on the bus?
I think so.
And was saying that they were being abused. One of her children was tapped by someone on their bus, and they were saying that they were being abused. You know what I'm saying? And there should have been somebody who could have reached out and said from where she is, and said, because I can give her all my contact information where I'm at, you know what I'm saying, but what good is that going to do her? There should have been somebody from where she is to say, hey, this child or your son needs to say, or let me give you this information so that you can provide it to the school, so that they can provide it to, you know what I'm saying? There should have been somebody to tap in and say, let me help you to help your child, to help this child. You know, people, they like, they love, they hate, they make the smiley face, they click on the wild face, they do all this interaction, but nobody's actually beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's
right. That's true. That's why you gotta separate the real from the fake.
I don't care. Right. I don't care about the likes and the, you know, the love, the little heart signs and all of that. I don't care about that. Like, what good can you actually do for someone who's going through these situations? And I think that's what we need. And I hope to be able to, if we only can help one individual in the month of March, and I say March only because, you know, it's Women's History Month, but it'll go on from the spark, you know, that we ignite in the month of March. I hope that it continues to that flame continues to burn throughout the rest of the year. But that spark that we ignite, even if it's only in one individual, you know, I'm hoping that person will be able to take it back into their community and expound upon it, and it turn into something huge. That's our hopes here, you know, for the show. So again, I hope to be able to bring you back. Talk about how important it is to, even if we have to bring you back, I don't know, like the end of March, maybe the 26th of March, or right before your birthday.
Down
we
for
can talk about how you were in the gym to do this, that, the third, because your birthday's on the 28th, and you had the medical issues, and now you can say, bam, you know what I'm saying? I've accomplished this, and the importance of this was blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so,
right.
I want to be able to do something like that and bring in other females who also have health-related issues and how the importance of, healthy eating or the losing of the weight or, has been beneficial to their life as well. So I want to do something like that. And maybe that week, the 23rd, 24th, 26th, we'll line that up for that week right there. Sound good to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Love it. Love it. Rose, I hope you're listening. You jot all of that down because I will forget it. I probably already forgot it. But can you describe your writing style in 3 words?
Let's see. Creativity. Let's see. I'm going to say mind-blowing because the stuff that I just come up with is just, I can't even believe that I come up with half the ish that I come up with. But it's crazy. Yeah. And I'm going to say for myself, because I have that much confidence, I feel like I'm a dope writer. Like, I don't care how many bad reviews I get. At the end of the day, what I feel for myself is all that matters to me. And as long as my fans love it, and I still have my supporters from day one and my newcomers, coming on and supporting me, that's all I really care about. No bad review is going to, discourage me. Like, oh, man, I should have made it this, that. No, I wrote it the way that I felt like it should go. And you're not the only person that might not like my work. But, however, on this side, I got people who do. So, everybody's opinion matters, but I don't take it offensive or, get upset and be like, dang, that's all, that's it. And that was my first bad review. I don't even consider that bad. That was just her, her opinion. But, it is what it is.
So creative, mind-blowing, and dope.
Mm-hmm.
Hey now, what's good? It's your girl, Jana Blackwell, C-Town Records, Mistress of Soul. And you're on the air with the hottest independent station, Endie Fiya, with your host, Nakia, giving you that heat right here on the station, bringing you all of the hottest hip-hop hits, Endie Fiya.
You're just tuning in, you're live right here on Endie Fiya with your girl, Nakia, and our special guest this evening, creative, mind-blowing, dope published author, T.Bedford. Yes. If you had one piece of advice to offer an up-and-coming artist, author, an up-and-coming author, someone who may be listening to the show right now and they're saying, wait a minute, she just wrote her first book in August, and she wrote her second book that was published in January. Like, what is that? December, October, November, December. 5 months, 2 books in 5 months. Like, what is she doing? Like, I've written books on books on books, but I'm sitting on books on books on books. Like, what piece of advice could you offer to this aspiring author to have them to say, whatever, because it's got to be fear. You know what I'm saying? If you're sitting on books right now, it's got to be fear. So what could you say to this author to have them step out of whatever it is that's holding them back from, getting that first book published?
Well, for starters, I do want to let everybody know I am a mother of 2. I do have a 1-year-old, and I also have a 9-year-old. So balancing family, work, and home, it is not easy. However, if it's something that you really love to do, you will always make time for what you love. Am I right? So I always make sure that I always make sure, like I said, I can write on my phone, so I could be, you know, in the car on the passenger side and just be texting away, and it'd be adding to my storyline. So in my laptop, I write while I'm home, and then while I'm at work, I just log in. So if I don't have anything, you know, if I don't have any of my devices, I just make that time to get a paper and pen and just write down what I need to write down, because it's right then and there, and I don't want to lose it. That's your biggest fear, of losing, you know, the good stuff. And I have a tendency of actually losing the good stuff. So my advice for a new upcoming author is, don't be scared to step out on that limb, because, you know, your first book, you might not be a millionaire, you know, a billionaire for your first book. However, the world will see your work. Just get it out there. Don't let that fear hold you back from what you want to get done for yourself. Like, a lot of people is in doubt, like, oh, I don't know if this would be a good thing to put out. Forget it. If that's what you want to put out there, then you put it out there. Yes, a lot of people are going to judge you for what you do, but if you feel comfortable with putting it out there, that's all that should matter.
There you go. Put it out there. Just do it. Just do it.
That's right.
One day I'm going to stop long enough to just do it. Like, just do it.
Yeah, just do it. I mean, there's no
it.
right or wrong. So
I thank you so much for joining me this evening again. I want to go ahead and open the floor up to you now so that you can get all of your contact information out for those who may be listening live and for those who may come back and listen to one of the many playback shows. The floor is now yours to get your contact information out.
You can follow me on Facebook. I'm under Melanin Bedford. You know, I want to shout out my DWWP family. I love my 10 brothers and sisters. They are so supportive. And I want to give a big shout out to my publisher who made it all happen from day one, Sarah, because she is so dope. And, you know, I just want everybody to stay blessed, you know, leave the hating behind and just move forward. It's 2020. Get your priorities straight.
Boom, that last part, though. She said get your priorities straight. You heard her.
That's right.
It's January 30th. Tomorrow's the last day of January. So if you use January as a, you know, a test subject for the rest of 2020, time's up. All right?
Right, right.
Time is up. All right? Make sure that you tune in on Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, right here, we'll have hip-hop artist and comedian and actor Nine calling in from Korea. Yes, super excited to have him here with us. Then again, on Monday, the 3rd, new time, new show, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a New Orleans, Louisiana hip-hop artist, T. Lee, will be here with us. And then on Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, entrepreneur, makeup artist extraordinaire, T. McDonald will be here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, no show on Thursday. Baby girl's turning 19. I'm getting old. Yeah. So if you can't make them all, please, please, please do not miss them all. T.Bedford, DreamWakeWork published author. Thank you so much again for being here with me this evening. Guys, until Saturday, have a good night.
Good night.